And I was like, I don't understand. Maybe I had too much caffeine.
Can we take a picture though? Before it starts?
Sure. Why not?
How can we get everyone in?
Ask the PD nim.
Oh, but I think she's kind of busy.
No, she's not busy.
No, she's not busy. Your arm is definitely not long. Head.
I think we need a personal mini fan for you too.
I was gonna say these may be rash guard, but they do get warm.
일찍 열어가지고 우리 쇼 한번 할까? 패션 쇼?
Eh?
The bottom, only the top half is sweating. The bottom half is still my comfy. I'm not going to wear those today because they will get too hot. Today will be a good show. Today will be a good show. Today will be a good show. Today will be a good show.
아이고, 아이고.
Listen here, mister. One good thing about rash guard, you can't even tell if you're sweating.
Right?
I'll just wet myself already. There we go. I got the
poor
air
Kayla.
conditioning. Right! Poor me.
Poor Kayla. Poor you three.
If there's like a water pool, like a pool, you know, just like dip in there.
I want to. That'd be nice.
Did you participate?
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, hey,
Yes.
hey, hey.
Oh, cool.
I feel like my eyes are getting pulled back in my head. Oh, apparently we're live already, guys.
Is the video on?
자, 비디오 on.
That's the way.
This
I
is like the
it.
adult way of doing heart. Korean adults. It's not this. It's
This is cute, and this is like, I don't know what I'm doing. What is this supposed to be exactly?
After learning science, this artery is bigger than this one.
Oh.
The ventricle.
덥다.
아, 에어컨 좀 틀어봐.
The aircon is on. Rash guard is hot.
오늘 다 더울 것 같은데?
아, 나도 더워요, 지금.
괜찮은데.
저만 시원해.
더워요.
Wipe his arm with this. Wipe his arm with that. Ha! Now you're even colder. No. Not
That's not
nice.
good.
Kimchi, kimchi, kimchi.
Kayla's attempt to wizardry.
That's why, because I'm wiping down my arms because the rash guard is really hot.
That works.
And your aircon comes directly on you, but not directly on me. That's the way.
just in case some viewers were...
Yes, listeners, in case you're wondering, there are some swim diapers for kids and swim shoes for my son and my swim bag. 준비. 네, 준비. It's okay. It's gonna be okay. If I pass out, just
It's okay.
call the ambulance.
It's okay, Kayla. It's okay.
Right?
It's okay.
Visualize. Be okay. Here we go. Kimchi in the eyes of the world. Here is your daily quiz reminder, listeners. You still have a chance to answer our quiz questions. Send those answers into pound 9870 for your chance to win one of our awesome prizes. Earlier in the show, we were talking about kimchi in the eyes of the world. The Korean Culture and Information Service and the Ministry of Agricultural, Food and Rural Affairs have jointly published a book called Kimchi in the Eyes of the World. This 148-page book contains stories on foreigners who love to eat kimchi, as well as kimchi making at foreign embassies and Korean cultural centers around the world. Now, there are 18 honorary reporters of Korean.net, which is an online platform run by the KOCIS. They also share their stories of making kimchi pancakes, kimchi fried rice, and kimchi stew. That leads us to today's quiz question, listeners. Kimchi accompanies every meal here served in Korea. Which country did kimchi originate? Was it A, Korea, B, China, or C, Japan? If you know the answer to that, send us a text right now to pound 9870. Keep in mind a short text will cost you 51 and a longer text will cost you 101. Sending in the right answer, you have a chance to win some lovely prizes, which include a gift certificate to Bitgao Women's Hospital and a 10,001 gift card to Bakery Ericsson in Yanggwang. Up next is part 3 and 4, where we answer the question, what are you doing? Let's meet together live on NawTube, channel GFN. Keep it tuned here to GFN, 98.7 FM in Gwangju, 93.7 FM in Yeosu.
That's a question fit to send people out of Korea.
What are you doing? I'm cooling myself down. We have to start.
Swimming in the air.
Pretending I'm swimming in the studio.
I need caffeine.
No. Throughout history, humans have been curious about the world around them. We are almost always doing, seeing, making, or thinking about something. Our curious nature leads us to ask our friends, family, neighbors, and acquaintances, what are you doing? Join us to find out. In the studio, I'm your host, Kayla Nichols, and welcome now to What Are You Doing? Good morning, guys.
Good morning!
Listeners, if you have not done so, quickly turn on to NawTube, find us channel GFN, and you can see the costumes that we have come up with today. Very interesting.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I brought the right goggles though today, so if I take off my glasses and try and put the goggles on, I may not be able to see. Plus, if you swim for a while, they're so tight, you get those marks around your eyeballs, which is fine in the studio, but when I go home, people are like,
Oh
what's
my.
wrong with her eyes? I don't know. Okay, let's start with Frank. How are you today, Frank?
Good morning. I was feeling hot outside, but I feel better right now.
I wonder why.
It's hot, right?
Yeah.
Now, can you explain your
Oh,
outfit, costume?
this is kind of my summer costume when I'm resting, when I'm having fun.
Oh.
It helps me keep kind of cool. I don't have any problem with the heat.
You
I feel
look
it
very cool. The only thing that would make your shirt better is if it said Canada.
Oh! You're being too patriotic.
I support you, Kayla.
Right?
Yeah.
What if it was Rwanda?
That would make it the best shirt ever.
Yes.
Actually, I've been willing to get one, but it's still a long distance. I can't easily get it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And Elvis, how are you doing today?
I'm doing I don't know why, but 기분이 아주 좋아요.
Ooh.
여기 안 힘들어?
No, it's actually okay.
I think it would be better than this mask.
It's actually less strained.
Oh.
Yeah.
Listeners, if you're wondering, if you have not done so already, because he has like a bandana mask over that goes with his costume, which is what?
This is like normally when you go cycling or biking on 자전거. Not
Right.
the other. Brum, brum, brum.
I always wondered though if it felt like it was like suffocating you because it seems tighter than say one of the masks.
Yeah, but because it's made more of cloth, so it's actually easier to breathe.
Okay. Next we have April. How you doing, April?
Morning.
April is very dressed up
Yeah.
as a
등산객, so like as a hiker.
hiking.
열정.
And the best part of her outfit, listeners, is the vest because
Right.
there are reflective
Oh,
on
really?
the back.
Oh.
There's all reflective down the side, and is this a
And
water
pockets.
hydration pack?
Yeah, it's a hydration. They can put water bottles in here
Yes.
and your cell phone into one of the pockets.
Right, because listeners, if you're hiking anywhere in warm weather, even in not warm weather, you will expend a lot more energy. You're more covered because mosquitoes and
Yes.
bugs and ticks and stuff, so your body would get hotter, so you need to be more hydrated. I am in my swankiest
Yes.
rash guard from big box store chain that was Guchanwa. I save money because, as you know, I'm dressed for swimming. That's my summer activity to exercise with, and because you're cool in the water,
Yep,
but you're also
true.
having fun. For those with kids, I brought you a representation, some swim diapers and a swim shoes, because especially if you go anywhere where there's kids, the floor can feel slippery and not secure. And if you need to like dive for your kid because they've gone under, you need that grip. And of course my swim bag, because once you're done swimming, you got to put everything in your swim bag and it's got to have a chance to air out or it gets moldy and yucky, right? Listeners, What Are You Doing, of course, is meeting you in multiple ways. Our voices and music comes out on the radio, but the show is also being live streamed on NotTube. You can check out Channel GFN. Come and join us on NotTube every Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Wednesday on the radio is 11 a.m. to 11:45 a.m. Don't forget, though, please click like and subscribe to Channel GFN so you won't miss a thing.
매주 수요일 11시에서 12시 GFN이 라디오뿐만 아니라 너튜브로도 여러분을 찾아갑니다. What are you doing? 이름하여
뭐하니?
All right. So what we're doing today is we're going to talk a little bit about more summer activities. We talked last week about how to survive the summer, which, you know, some of us don't do so well in. Some of us have hot time surviving in the heat. And we also talked about what summer was like in different countries. And I learned some new stuff about the fact that Rwanda and Kenya are not as hot as I assumed them to be.
Yeah.
So that was pretty interesting for me. And one of the best ways to fully enjoy a hot season is usually through summer sports. We actually get to be kind of more motivated in summer to get a beach body, which I do not have. Well, technically I do have a beach body. I could go to the beach. It's my body. I'm ready.
Exactly.
Unlike people like Frank, who are sculpted. I'm sculpted just a little more like a polar bear. So let's talk about our favorite summer sports today. So why don't we start with Frank? What is your favorite summer sports? What do you wear when you exercise? What do you like to exercise? Etc.
In particular, I play tennis on the summer,
Okay.
but because it's so hot, I prefer going to the gym and making some muscles, you know.
Ooh, gym and muscle.
Yeah.
What are those? Two things I'm not familiar with, listeners. Polar bears don't go to the gym. I certainly don't have muscle.
I actually prefer going to the gym because, you know, there's an air conditioner inside.
Right.
I can exercise even if it's raining and, you know, the humidity outside is not really like
That's true,
like
right?
good. So I prefer going to the gym because of I need to make some like six packs, you know.
Oh yeah.
Even though I can't achieve it up to now, but
If you
Do
go
you
to
have a picture?
NotTube, listeners, we have 2 pictures of Frank at the gym.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Flex.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Flex your arms.
brag a little bit more, why don't you there, Frank?
너무 부끄럽네요.
No, don't be ashamed.
I'm jealous, honestly, because I would go to the gym, but I get kind of a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for? Not disappointed. Not, like, not scared exactly, but a little bit
Like you get timid a little bit.
timid, yeah, like
Yeah.
They, you know, because they're all, everyone who's in the gym has obviously been there way longer than I have, and they're all like, and I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
where's the 2 pound? Kilo 어디서? 없어? Oh.
You know, the problem is like
Intimidated.
you go to the gym, you find that there are like those big guys who are lifting like 150 kg.
Yeah.
It's intimidating.
And I can't actually. I don't like lifting too heavy weights. I like these small ones just to keep my muscles.
But he likes
in
말
fit.
근육. 말 근육.
I don't want to get this. Like,
No bodybuilders here. I'm building my body. It's a round body.
and you know, in the summer, it's kind of you lose too much energy. You
Right.
eat a lot. Like you may find yourself gaining weight. You know.
More.
So how do you stay motivated to go to the gym then when it's so hot? I'm just so, because I can't do it. I need tips.
Oh, personally, it's kind of self-motivation. I'm not being a motivational speaker, but it's kind of self-motivation, and you need something like a person to go to
Okay.
go with.
Like a gym
If,
partner.
if you go alone, I'm telling you, just 2 days, your monthly
No
subscription is
motivation,
lost.
right?
You need somebody.
really
you really need
That's so me too.
or music.
Or music.
Or music.
But I
You need
don't
your-
think music is a good partner for me. I think I need someone to be like, excuse me, your butt will not get smaller just sitting there. No?
That's
I'm
very
not kidding,
specific.
listeners. Check out Channel GFN. You'll know what I mean.
Why don't
There's
you?
no hiding it in rash guards, guys. Let me, I'll just pull the... I don't know what you're talking about.
Why don't
be
you try
ashamed of
going
the
me?
one.
It's my lovely, it's my
Yes.
3-kid body. Come on now. I popped out
Exactly.
3 kids.
You can make it.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
That's right. Mom's out there, mom.
Mama.
I earned these.
Yeah.
I have a 6-pack too. It's just a 6-pack of something different than yours.
That's true.
6-pack of donuts, 6-pack of coffee, 6-pack of cookies.
I envy actually. I have a 1-pack. So
Get rid of that 1-pack though.
Yeah, right.
I've been trying to get a 6-pack, but it's not easy as I thought.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Fighting.
You know, when you search on YouTube, like you go and search on YouTube how to get a 6-pack in 30 days. They say
30 days.
30 days.
They all started easy. 10 minutes of plank.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Let me plank myself on my back with my arms in the air. This is how they mean, right?
But you know, the worst experience is when you go to the gym for the first time. The next day, you can't smile.
Oh yeah, because everything
You can't
hurts.
laugh. Like before you laugh, you need to just grab your belly like this so you laugh. That's the worst
But that's
experience.
how you know you had a good workout.
Yeah.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay, so we've got one gym rat, if you will. Not the right term. We have one gym enthusiast who
Yeah,
likes
okay.
going in summertime. I don't mind winter, but summertime. Fighting.
Yeah, hiking.
And then Elvis.
Yeah, for me, as you can easily tell, mine is cycling. So
Okay.
my helmet.
You need a helmet when cycling. Listeners,
Yeah.
please, I cannot stress this enough. Safety first.
Yeah, safety first. Okay, this is not for like metal lock or something. Yeah. And I've got my shades too here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Important.
Very important. And my face mask. Yeah, which is like the cycling the fashion.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not, yeah, but it's not just fashion. It's also
Yeah,
like,
it's-
You need it.
yeah,
Because you
It's
don't want
more
bugs in your
efficient.
mouth.
bugs and like if you're cycling on the roads for
Yeah, yeah.
cars, you're
Yeah.
gonna
Sure.
suck in all that like carbon dioxide and
and that from the road
exhaust,
and everything.
right.
Yeah.
And the dust.
yeah, look at all the, you know, have you ever seen your wheel tires in a car? The front ones are black where the back ones are, you know, still shiny.
Yeah.
Because as you're going along, it kicks up everything into your tire. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
imagine you have nothing protecting you. It'll all go in your lungs.
Your lungs. Oh my.
That's why Elvis sounds like he does. So
But you know something good about Elvis, like everything of him is fashionist.
No.
that is true. You have good fashion.
Yes.
Even your helmet is very aerodynamically fashioned.
Listeners
Right?
should
Less
really...
resistance of wind.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, so what else do you need when you're cycling then?
So you also need like the
Arm
it's,
covers?
yeah, it's similar to the lash guard. This what do you call this?
Toshi.
Toshi in English. Toshi to pirihago.
Sun, sun,
Yeah.
I
sun
just say
arms?
arm sleeves.
Arm sleeves?
Yeah.
Do we have a name for that?
That's Nebo.
Right?
No,
But they only go up to, yeah, they only go
Oh.
up to the arms.
It's only...
That's why I call it arm sleeves because they're literally
Yeah.
sleeves.
Yeah, for the arms.
Oh.
Because listeners, you don't want to wear 2 shirts.
Yeah,
Because then you get so hot,
Yes.
right?
Especially in summer. Nah.
And of course, a bike. You need a bike.
Yeah, you need a
A proper bike.
yeah, you need a bike, and for something more professional, maybe you might also need like gloves and knee pads, elbow pads, and like specific cycling shoes and cycling
Ooh,
pedals.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You do want to be safe, listeners. Do not, as if you have nothing else, please at least have a helmet.
Yep.
And,
It's the
and
most
something,
basic.
I would say knee guards or something, because if you fall off. But
Yeah,
I do
yeah.
see a lot without. So as long as you have a helmet, I think is the
It's
most.
most important. You need to protect
Right.
your head. It's
Yes.
what keeps you going.
Do you teach? Do you teach how to ride a bicycle? I really want to learn from you.
Yeah,
Frank's gonna teach us. Oh, there's a picture on Notube that you can see.
Yeah, that's me. I went.
Where is it?
I went
Where-
riding hangdang with my friend.
Oh.
Do I see a helmet in that picture?
Close your eyes.
Where's the police?
Right? Is anyone out there listening?
Just close your eyes.
But
You feel it.
that's like a tandem. It was like a bicycle for rent, and they weren't offering helmets.
Right.
Oops.
So that day is actually a very interesting day because that friend, he didn't know how to ride a bicycle, and I was being nice. I was like, okay, I'll do like the tandem. Let me ride with you.
Right.
Yeah, and then he was at the back end. He wasn't pedaling at all.
I was gonna say if he doesn't know, you're just dragging him along.
Exactly. You can imagine.
Hope you drank your water. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So next we're going to April,
Yes.
who is
Yes, I'm a hiker.
Hiker, okay.
Obviously, and if you see from Notube, I have a nice 등산 모자.
Yeah.
And then I have the arm sleeves, the kurtoshi, like Elvis.
Okay.
And then I borrowed this from my mom actually because I don't really have bright colored
Yeah.
등산복. So
But it's important to have bright colors.
yeah. Oh, really? Okay. But yeah, and yeah.
If you think about if you're walking through the bush, people need to see you,
Oh,
right?
well,
Like,
that's true. Yeah. That's
where's April? I didn't know. Whoops. We lost April, everybody. Oh no, here she is. She's bright colored. We can see her.
So yeah, I actually liked hiking not too long ago.
Okay.
So
Did you stop liking it, or are you still?
no,
like it?
no, I mean like when I was little, I used to follow my parents to
that's
mountains.
cute.
But then like back then, I thought it was just torture just going up the mountain. I was like why are we like
That's me
like
too.
torturing
I was gonna say, I
ourselves?
kind of still think that,
Yeah, that's
and I'm
what
not
I do
following
now.
anyone. I'm doing it to myself. So
That's Elvis today.
But now, like, I feel like the hardship of while going up actually pays off when I'm actually at the top, the apex. If I see like the scenery
Yeah.
and then
right, the
the
beautiful
beautiful
view.
Exactly. So, spring and autumn is actually the best kind of season to hike.
I
Yeah,
bet it would
right.
be, right?
But I like the summer ones too.
Okay, if you go into NotTube listeners, there's a picture of April hiking and some scenery, right?
Yes.
Of April's hike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see
When
the
was
Rocky
this hike?
Mountain. That was actually last month with my dad.
Oh, that's very recent.
Oh,
Like if you see the top of the mountain, it's very rocky. That's like a typical Korean mountain.
right.
So like it's not nice to walk, but it's worth it.
Just be careful. Watch your footing.
Yeah.
Did you mention your hat? Because I do think that your hat is important as well. I don't know if our listeners can actually see the hat. Can you turn your head a little bit? If you can see, the back of April's hat is the brim is longer than the front because a lot of people that hike will put their hair up, but then you don't remember the back of your neck.
Exactly.
And oh my God, the back of your neck being burnt is like, no thanks.
And sunscreen
Yeah.
is essential.
Sunscreen is essential, and you need to bring the sunscreen with you, in my opinion, because you will sweat. Unless you're getting a sunscreen that doesn't sweat, like an oil-based one, you will sweat a lot. I do have to tell you this one quick story about hiking. When I first came to Gwangju, obviously I'm not a very good hiker, and I was like determined and to take the not, you know how in Wudangsan there's like a path road
Yes,
that
they have
cars
a
go
nice
up?
trail.
Really very easy to go up, or there's the slightly harder one where it's a path but not paved.
Exactly.
I was like, I'm better than the road. I will take the slightly more difficult path one. And I don't know, I'd been hiking for like 30 minutes. This is not a good picture of me, listeners, but I'm sweating. I'm like dying. I want to give up. And I look up and I kid you not, there's a woman coming down in the shortest skirt possible, like Sunday best, frilly, small sun umbrella, high heels, listeners.
Oh my
I don't
gosh.
understand how she got up the path in high heels. And then there's me, trying not to die.
Yeah.
And she's all like, 괜찮아요? And I was like,
To you.
I think
Yeah, no,
that's
just
so an
leave me.
angel, right?
roll me into the, I think she was on a date. There was a guy in a suit with her.
Wow.
And I
Oh,
was
and
like,
he was in a suit.
he was in a suit.
Wow.
How did you get up the bloody mountain looking perfect with nothing, not a hair out of place? She didn't have sweat rolling down, and I was
Wow.
like, I'd just come out of a sauna.
Oh, blimey.
She's a pro. She's a pro.
And I was just like, I will not complain for the rest of this hike, because if I complain, someone's going to strike me dead. She can make it up in high heels. I can make it up with, like, my full...
But wait, how
It was sad.
high heels?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can
She
high
had
imagine.
heels.
heels, listeners. They were
Tinsel?
at least about an inch and a half. So they weren't like stilettos, but they were,
Wow.
a fair
I don't
good...
think I can do that.
And nothing was out of place. There were no scuff marks. There was no dirt. And I was like, I had already been hiking for 20 minutes. So unless there was some way that someone drove her to the top and
Or
she
like
only had to
picked her
like...
Piggyback her.
But even the man she was with in the suit, there was no
looked perfect.
sweating. There was no
Wow.
hair out of place. Her makeup was perfect. And I was just like,
They were just
I'm
like
going to
dropped
die
from
in
the
Korea.
top.
I'm just
Yeah.
going to die. Like,
That's interesting.
My head
That's
is being
interesting.
squeezed.
Like, the two people should go to the Olympics.
But I have seen quite a few Korean people who do whatever their chosen sport is, hiking or cycling or working out in the gym, and either they don't sweat or they don't get as hot as
Yeah.
I do.
But not me.
Because yeah,
I sweat a lot.
But I really like when I sweat a lot. Why?
Yeah,
Yeah, like, I like that better,
It feels
yeah.
better.
you lo-
getting all sweaty while
I hate the
exercising.
fact that, you know, when your eyelids, it's so hot and you're exercising, it feels like your eyelids are sweating and you have nothing dry and you're just like,
Oh.
You know,
burning!
I went to the gym yesterday. Like, even before I started, I was already sweating because of the heat.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Right.
I really like the feeling because I like the feeling with a towel on my neck.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I have seen those in Korea where there's two of them. I have both of them. One you soak in water and the beads soak up water. The second one I love the most is it's like a individual, but they're like stuck together, but it's an individual freeze pack.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
really
yeah.
small. They're about the size of like two big ones put together. And you put them in like a little necklace thing that's ice frozen around your neck, and you're just like, 시원하다. And then my mom's like, is it hot there? No, it's fun, it's perfect, it's cool. And she's like, I was there in August, I know. She's like, okay, yes, it's really hot. And then my kids will be like, Mommy, are you okay? No, Mommy's just gonna die a little inside. Turn on the aircon for Mommy. So yeah. When you go hiking, who do you hike with? Who do you like to hike with the most?
I usually have my dad.
Your
Like,
dad
he
has
was
you.
like a super like hiker. Yeah. And
Okay.
he's like a really fast hiker.
Okay.
So before he was like really fast, so I couldn't catch up. So I think that's why I hated it.
You yell,
Yeah.
leave me behind! Just leave me behind!
Just yeah, I'll be here. But now like because he's getting older, which is kind of sad at the same time, but
yeah.
we're at a good pace now with together.
Right.
Yeah.
So last month it was actually good because we were like hiking at like same
Same
high
pace.
pace,
Right.
same pace.
I once tried to hike Hara Mountain. 우리 제주
Oh.
갔어요 and 하라산
It's
갔어요.
really nice.
The not 힘들어, 만 힘들어 아니야, 조금 힘들어. 많이 준학생 있었어요. And 우리 엄마랑 아빠랑 나이랑 같이 있어요. And my parents are like, at the time they were about 60살, 61살, around there. And all Canadian polar bears. But we went in like May, so we thought, well, it's not going to be that hot in May, right? So my head is being very squeezed by this. So we're hiking, and there's like a lot of steps. And by the time we're like almost, we did not make it to the top, listeners. We couldn't make it to the top. We were almost to the top. And all these middle school students were parikasa, and every time they passed, they were like, oh, fighting. And I was like, why do all these students want to fight us? Are we doing something wrong? And of course, we learned after fighting was that you can do it, but we did not make it to the top. We could not do it. My mom had to sit down. She was like, I can't go any further. I was like, I can't go any further either.
Well, the top is really nice though.
Don't say that. I made it to the top of Hara Mountain.
Maybe next time with your kids.
By the way,
Are you trying to kill me? You're gonna hike with my children. You know what will happen? We'll get like 5 minutes into the hike that takes like 3 hours, and my daughter will be like, "엄마 피곤해요," and I'll be like, "Oh, 괜찮아," and I'll put her on the front, and then my son will be like, "I can do it." He'll fall and be like, "I can't walk." I'm hurt."
Okay, in that
And
case,
then
maybe
like,
not.
you know, my husband will probably be like, "Well, I'll pick him up," and then that'll take like. What, like maybe 5 minutes before he's like, I can't, I'm tired. And I'm like, 괜찮아. I'll have one on the front, one on the back, and then we'll die.
chaos.
I won't make it to the top then either. They'll have to like helicopter lift me off the mountain.
Okay, then never mind.
But actually, I realized one thing
Crushed
about
my dream, April. Crushed it.
hiking is like when you get to the top,
Oh,
getting down is the hard part.
It is
Really?
actually.
no.
I like the down part the best.
It's really the best part because you're expecting something down there, you know.
Oh, because you're
Yeah.
going to get
Ice
on the
cream,
ground level.
cold
But
water.
besides that,
Yeah.
like the actual like going up and going down the mountain, going down is harder.
If you want it more
Actually,
nice,
true.
like
That's kind
it
of
is,
true,
it is.
but no.
'Cause
Is that
it's more
because your
straight.
legs are shaking so bad by the time you go down?
That too,
like,
and it's more straining for your legs.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually,
Really?
going downstairs,
Oh.
so your knees will probably get more stressed.
Wobbly.
listeners, I had no idea. I didn't know that.
You want to roll. I wish I could roll down
Like
the
get a
mountain.
sled and just like sled
Just
down.
lie down.
Find the nearest person in a suit, have on, and just kidding. Okay, listeners, we need to take a song break. We also need to take a station break, but don't go anywhere because in the second half we're going to talk more. We're going to talk swimming, and we're also going to talk about who likes to do what sport the best, right? Let's listen to a track. It's by Young Tak. It's called 네가 왜 거기서 나와. I just say that really slowly.
네가 왜 거기서 나와?
They know.
네가 왜 거기서 나와?
I need to hydrate.
노래 한번 합시다. 누가 한번 할까? 프랭크가?
네.
엘비스가
지금
둘이 같이
갑자기
호흡하지 하니까.
우리 가사 가사 몰라요.
가사? 가사
진짜.
필요해요.
핸드폰 줬다 뭐 합니까?
But how actually do you go hiking on this hot weather? Like how
It's
do you
actually
Couldn't die. She's
I
a
want-
ghost zombie.
I wanted to mention it, but it's like it's my tebon. But like I said, it feels more better if you sweat out the heat,
Okay.
and then when you're at the top, it's more like there's more
Cool.
wind,
In the high
so
you
like
go,
it's
like,
really
it
cooler
comes.
there.
Yeah.
you know the moment I get out of my house
Yeah.
itself, I'm already sweating.
Yeah.
So I imagine if I go hiking, I'll be
Like
totally dehydrated.
you'll be thinking of just going up while you're sweating, so you probably won't be thinking of getting hotter.
I
Because like, you
went
just want to go on the top. So.
I went to hike only once in my life, but that
Oh.
was last year. Last year in Kaul.
Oh, okay. It's a nice weather.
It
so.
was good.
Mhm.
Like we set an objective. Like if we get to the top, we'll eat kimbap, and if you get down, you just have pajan and makgeolli.
Yes.
Makgeolli.
So we really hiked. It took around 2 hours
Did you go to Mudungsan or where?
in Mudungsan. Yeah. We didn't even reach the top.
Oh,
We
really?
reached a place with I really don't remember the name, but it's kind of place with a temple.
Yes.
The temple. We went up to the temple, but I was really tired. I couldn't feel myself. The next day, it was a Saturday. That was hell.
Oh.
I couldn't wake up. Like I couldn't feel my legs.
Because you use the muscles that you usually don't use.
Yeah, right.
I think so.
When you're on the ground, right? So,
Like most of the times, even when I'm exercising, I use my.
wait.
I just think you're funny.
our just like our wow.
You got big muscles.
Oh, so shiny.
The way the camera's set, we look like Frank. You look huge.
Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah.
Kara, is that you?
Like I look so tiny. I'm
Is
so
that you?
short. And nope. So we have Pingsuapa.
Oh.
안녕하세요. Welcome back, Pingsuapa. Nice to see you again.
Nice
Missed
to see
you.
Yeah, last week he was sleepy, couldn't come out. You missed. What did we do?
It's,
You missed
we-
watermelon.
Watermelon.
Yeah.
You missed watermelon last week. It was so
Yeah.
good. I feel like my head is being squeezed. Yes. Hey, XOXO Young says 노래 잘해내요.
Yeah.
Oh.
Your singing is wonderful.
Thank you.
Oh, it's got mosquito bites.
Let's make a band, eh?
Let's make a band.
지금 해. She.
I'll do it.
근데 네가 왜 거기서 나와? 네가 왜 거기서
We're the
나와?
backup dancer.
가사 여기까지 더 이상 모른다. 네가 왜 몰라? 네가 왜 거기서
I was
나와?
gonna say it's mullah. Actually. I don't know some words in here, something or other.
You know, there was a time I memorized all these Westlife songs.
Oh,
Someone is talking. 잠깐만. 무슨? 노래? Oh.
뭐라고?
Singing? 노래? He says your singing is good. Your singing is good.
Oh.
초대! 고마워!
같이! 같이 시작! No?
no.
손이 깨졌어.
치유해 주세요.
Baby shark do 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 baby shark do do
Oh,
do
that's gonna be in my head
baby
like for
shark
the whole day.
do baby shark.
I made a TikTok.
Oh, you did?
Oh, you have a
We made some rules and some guys last 2 weeks about that kind of like making this stuff. You know. It was so funny. This TikTok.
Baby shark do 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 do.
Baby shark.
아기 상아
Now that's gonna be in my head for the whole day.
Do you know the song Don't Come Cry to Me?
What is it?
Try it.
Don't come cry to me. Don't come cry to me.
No.
I will send you a link. Just in case.
We need
But
the
my
link.
daughter found it on some like Minecraft thing.
Oh.
And like she played it on repeat, and I kid you not, for about 35 minutes straight. Over and over, don't come cry to me. And then she came, oh my, squish. I'm like, don't come cry to me.
Your
She
daughter
was
is-
not amused, but I was.
your daughter is smart.
Right? But then I was like, what are you watching exactly? Then I watched it and I was like, I don't think this is appropriate.
Kayla,
What?
trying to hydrate herself.
Yes! Rash guard is hot when you're not in the water. I have to
Actually,
wipe down my arms, keep me cool.
this summer looked kind of hotter than the last year's summer.
Yes.
Isn't it?
According to the Meteorological Society of Korea, this year is going to be hotter faster, like 1 to 2 degrees hotter faster than
Yeah.
last year.
But it's gonna rain. Like,
We're melting down.
end
this
of
year.
the
Yeah, it's going to be rainy, but it's only
Rainy
going to be
Tomato?
rainy in certain parts of the
of-
country.
okay.
So there's like going to be, over here will be drought, but over here will be floods because, you know.
Oh, that's Korea. Only in Korea. Because if you go to Rwanda, if it's raining, it's
the
all
whole
the
place.
country.
Right.
If it's not raining, it's everywhere.
But last year when it rained, it was the most rain in the 13 years I've been in Gwangju. It's the most rain
Yeah,
I've
yeah, it
ever
was
seen.
crazy.
It was
It was
insane.
crazy. That was-
I've never seen like have you ever been in the underground part of Yangdong Market
Yeah,
where they
yeah,
park
yeah,
the cars?
yeah.
It's not exactly a small amount, right? It's
Yeah.
not low. Like it's not like you have to,
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to climb stairs to get up. And yet, one time when I was driving home from the radio station, I was looking at the river and I was like, oh, that's really swollen. I got to where I go around Yangdong Market. It was literally the road bridge was here and it was like when it would splash too much, it would
Yeah.
splash up over the road. And I was
Yeah.
like, that entire parking
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
structure filled.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And I was like, so you go swim in there. I could. Let me find your car. Which is it? In parking repeat. 1 moment, please.
The auto was brown.
It really was brown. It was like a light chocolate milk almost. But that's okay because I have my prescription sunglasses that are now squishing my eyeball.
Oh, those are prescribed too.
I think so. Unless I grabbed my son's, but let me check. What?
Oh, yeah.
Don't come cry. Don't come cry.
Yeah, eyes look like they're not there.
Can you see me?
Because they're fucked up on the inside. Wait. Okay, now
All
they're
right.
back.
Can you see me?
Oh yes, they're my prescription ones. 1, 2. Quit moving around. 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2.
Oh, you can't see.
Nah, I'm sticking my tongue out, but you
I,
can't see
I,
because
I
my.
recently saw this movie. What's the title? It's a sci-fi movie based on a Japanese manga that was done
Oh,
by.
are we ready?
Tell you later.
Okay.
Tell you later.
The last 15 minutes.
Kachikayo 517.
Let's go together.
내가 지켜보고 있다고. 네. We are back, listeners. That track was called Kachikayo by 17. If you're just joining us, we are What Are You Doing? And what we're doing today is we're talking about different things we do, different sports we participate in the summertime to entertain us, to exercise, to keep cool, to join our friends, to spend time with our friends outdoors because being cooped up at home all summer long feels a little
Too stuffy.
difficult, right? Now, of course, if you're wondering, I'm about probably the easiest to figure out. I am swimming. Very fun summer activity that you can do just about anywhere. Like, you can be driving on the highway, and right next to the highway there's a stream, and you're like, got nothing better to do. It's a Sunday. Pull over, wade into the stream. All you need, really, is a towel. If you're going to a swimming pool, you will, 100%, even outdoor swimming pools, you will need some kind of hat. Indoor swimming pools, you will need a swim cap, a proper swim cap. Although some, like, water parks will allow you indoors to have a baseball cap type.
Oh.
As long as it's something like April's does that has a thing that can tie it to the head so it doesn't fall off. And then for kids, you might want tubes. If you have babies, please, for the love of all that's sanitary, have a swim diaper for your young children. Even if they are potty trained, it's just smart business. A swim diaper basically catches the chemicals, it catches the urine. They don't expand. So if you're like, well, I think there's something wrong with this diaper, it doesn't swell up. It's not meant to. It's literally meant to trap the the chemicals from your pee, and then you notice that your kid's gone pee because they'll tell you, but it's not in the swimming pool. Do not bring a regular diaper into any body of water, be it especially your lakes and your rivers. They are meant to swell. They're meant to capture all of the liquid. And they burst if they get too full, and you do not want that in our rivers, lakes, oceans. So now I want to talk a little bit about what, like, I'm actually kind of curious because I asked you, you like to hike with your dad, right? Ellis, who do you like to go cycling with?
Do I like going cycling with anyone?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, do I? Maybe I should not have asked.
Because it totally depends. There's friends who like cycling and who don't.
That's true.
But do you have a friend in Gwangju that you like to go with, or you prefer by yourself? Or?
I generally prefer by myself. Because like when I go cycling by myself, I can actually just keep on pushing
Yeah.
and cycle
You don't have to
more.
wait or
And I can go at my pace when I want to rest. That's it. But I do go with some friends at times, and you find it's more fun because now there is like music and stories, and you you stop and talk a lot and have a look at the scenery, take some photos.
So since you mentioned scenery, where is it you like to?
Mainly I actually just ride along the river Gwangju, the Gwangju river. So the Gwangju river, like you can ride along up to Naju.
Right.
Up to Naju. Yeah, I've ridden up to Naju before.
I was gonna say, I've been to Naju, but I've never ridden along the river. I did know it was really long, but I didn't know you could ride it all the way to Naju along the river there. It's pretty cool. And hot.
I was actually surprised because one time 그냥 그 상무 지났고 그리고 건강
Okay.
지났고 그리고 계속 가다가 빗가람 나왔어요. And 빗가람 is in Naju.
Right.
So I was like, I was also surprised.
Actually, something you don't know is like I'm not really surprised by Elvis because people in Kenya, they're really good athletes.
Yeah.
They can run really
Like
fast
marathon.
and they can ride really fast because of the relief there. Like
Okay.
the way that their land is set
If-
is very good for them to train how to ride bicycles.
Okay.
and to run.
Do you have a favorite mountain you like to hike? Because he likes to ride next to a river. There's not really any rivers in the mountain to
not
hike.
very
But do you have a favorite mountain that you?
I don't really have a favorite mountain, but like I usually go somewhere near. So I usually go to Wolchusan.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, it's not
All right.
that far from here
Okay.
and from Mopo. So I usually go there. But then my favorite place that I went that I really liked was Soraksan, which is like way like up there. So I can't really go often, but it was really nice. It was
Very
like
cool.
beautiful. Like they have waterfalls on the side, and then they have like.
Could I make it to the waterfall? Might be worth it. I could push myself.
But I usually like Korean mountains because they have temples
Yeah,
along
yeah.
with the
That's
mountains.
right. And
so
the
it-
mystery mountain water that you take your chances if
Yeah.
you drink it.
That too.
I've seen tons of people drinking them, and I'm like, do you know where that water came from? No, right? And I saw an aduchi about 5 paces back, relieving himself in the bushes. Don't drink mystery mountain water.
Oh.
So you know.
Yeah.
But I have drank the mountain mystery water before.
And people go like, 맛있다.
Yes,
At the
I
mountain,
also said that
it's near
probably.
the source anyway, so
Actually, that one is naturally good.
I was going to say, to
Whatever-
be clear, that water source was a higher ground than the
Yes.
gentleman who was
Yes.
relieving himself. But
But you know, the land itself, like the soil itself, can purify the water.
of course, yeah.
So I really
groundwater
trust
is
the water.
usually-
Yeah,
personally.
like, there's
Yeah.
a trust issue.
Like I said, listeners, I actually drank it and it actually tasted good. But at the time, I was like adamantly against it. But then I'd run out of water and I was dying because it was hot. And my husband was like, "Just drink the water." I'm like, "You're trying to kill me," even though I have no life insurance and there's no reason. But he was like, "You're being dramatic." Yes, I know.
And actually, the interesting thing is that I learned that like these water companies, they actually some just like get the water from like
Yes.
such a source
Yes.
and just bottle it.
Yes.
So what you're basically buying is the bottle, not the
Yeah.
water.
And
That's true.
do keep in mind, though, listeners, if
choice.
you're thinking about going hiking these days, most of those Mystery Mountain Water sites have been closed off because
Yeah.
of the pandemic.
Yeah,
So please,
usually.
please, I'm begging you, take enough water for your hike. If you're thinking, oh, that's okay, I'll just take this small bottle because it's convenient to fill it up, they
No.
are closed.
No, no.
And there are sometimes in some mountains, halfway up or quarter way of up or three-quarters of the way up, they have like stations where
Yeah.
you can. There's like a shack there. People will buy water and stuff. But
Yeah.
Like,
just
I don't know
in
how,
case they're
like,
closed.
sometimes I wonder how they have all the stuff up there.
You know, some like tiny attaché he-man hulks it, or some grandmother with one of those frames on her back, like
Yeah.
trucking it up. That's what I think for sure. It's airdropped in.
Tiny adjust.
You know, the really skinny ones, and they're
Yeah.
carrying
Yeah.
like 5,000
I
pounds.
know, they're
and
really
you're like,
strong.
I'm so sorry. I'm like
right.
twice
That-
your size, but I can.
That's part of the exercise. You're lifting the weight, and at the same time you're walking. You're
That's
making your
true,
muscles.
right?
Yeah.
Okay,
part of it.
so we have to go, listeners, for the radio, but if you want to continue to join the discussion, check us out on Channel GFN on NotTube. We're going to continue on till noon. Unfortunately, though, it's the end of Hello Korea for the radio. Time to say goodbye. Earlier, we asked you, kimchi accompanies every meal served here in Korea. From which country did kimchi originate? Your choices were Korea or China or Japan. The answer is, of course, Korea. Coming up tomorrow, we'll bring you the latest cultural news and we will have our daily quiz. Suli will be in the studio with me to have foodie trends in Korea. And lastly, Gogo will be here to talk about life and family and navigating that road on Juma Talk. Join us 10:05 a.m. to 11:45 a.m. Monday to Friday right here on GFN. Stay tuned for live coronavirus updates from TBS Seoul up after this. Have a great day. We'll meet you back here tomorrow. The last song for our show for today will be this track by Buzz. It's called Analog. To continue the conversation.
Yeah, right.
Radio Gaga.
Analog.
I think that's a different song, but yes, Radio Goo Goo. Radio. Okay, so one mountain hiking and along the river.
Yeah.
Now, you like the exercising, and you did say you prefer to exercise indoors, especially in summertime, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
But if you had to exercise outdoors, is there like a park that you particularly like to go to that has a good kind of
You know,
exercise machine? Yeah, like I've been to a few parks and there's like rowing machines.
Yes.
There's like the one where you belt yourself in with the bars and then you're like legs come up, and I'm like, look, I can lift one leg, and my husband's like, lift
Oh.
both. I'm like, are you trying to kill me?
Actually, if it's in the summer on
Oh.
this hot weather, exercising outside ain't happening any.
Like, but not even really early morning. You know, like when it's still say
I guess you
respectable
really can't stand
27.
the heat.
All
I
right.
agree.
I always feel hot in summer. It
Yeah,
doesn't
we're
matter.
cold.
I was
What I
gonna
do.
say I'm wiping myself down again. I agree. Outside is not happening.
And if it really happens that I exercise outside, I did it 2 days ago. I
Right.
just go jogging late at
Ooh.
night, like 11 p.m., 12 at midnight.
Oh, that's
Is there a breeze
In my
though? Maybe
coun-
that would
in my
help.
The weather is better.
It's better
It's
nowadays.
better at 11 p.m.
yeah. It's actually kind of.
It's okay nowadays.
But
Not
in
bad,
my
right?
country, that's what we call night runners.
Right.
That's me.
That's not what they call them in Korea.
They are not good people.
I was gonna say night runners or midnight runners are people who leave their jobs in the middle of the night.
Yeah, that's better. It's better than going to exercise in the morning, because in the morning, if you check the morning with the sunrise,
Right.
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
hot.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
and if
okay,
you go there
okay.
at 10, 11 p.m., there are actually not many people.
Mm-hmm.
Like I personally exercise at the university, at the campus.
Mm.
So
Okay.
there actually no person there. I can really exercise anyhow I want,
Okay.
and it's really, I can do it myself.
Right. Do you have like a favorite exercise that you like the most?
The most.
Yeah,
I
for
like-
example, like, are you the kind when you go to the gym that your favorite thing to do is like to lift the
Oh,
dumbbells, or
like type
are you
of
the one
activity
who
they
likes
want.
to do the
I
running
like
on the
lifting
treadmill,
very light dumbbells.
light
With
dumbbells?
Nice
a lot of
dumbbells.
repetitions, right?
Yeah, but these days actually,
I was just like, oh, yeah.
but for this summer, I'm not planning to go to any gym.
Oh.
I'm actually planning to like do more hapkido.
Oh,
the gym.
yes.
So I
Lucky
don't
that's still indoors.
Yes.
Yeah.
And air conditioned,
with the fan, with the air conditioner, everything there.
right?
Yeah, but it's better because there are a lot of people. I'm really motivated, and
Okay.
there's somebody training us.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a really great motivation.
Nice.
Compared to the gym, I need somebody
Yeah, it's easier
go
to
with
keep track.
to
Yeah,
the gym.
right.
Somebody to tell you, don't lie down, don't lie there. I don't care if you can't feel your lips. Get up.
No, that's not it. You need somebody who is less than you, so you feel that you're doing great.
Oh.
You know, they're big guys.
I'm never going to the gym.
It's a different type of motivation.
You know,
You were supposed to motivate Kayla to join you, you know.
Right? And now he's like, I need
I'm better than you.
I'm training you. I'm training you.
But inside he's like, I'm better than you.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. No, Kaylee, you can totally do it.
You know why?
She can't.
If you go there are people who have been going to the gym for 2, 3, 4 years.
Yeah.
That's why it's intimidating.
Yeah, these people have like big muscles. Those guys even are very prepared, like with like all these branded jerseys,
And
branded
they've got
clothes.
their
Everything is
protein
okay.
shakes and their...
But you're just exercising. You're just using your running machine. You're just lifting some dumbbells. Just take it simple.
Feeling
But
down.
somebody will be holding.
Oh, I'm so good at this.
Sometimes I want to use the equipment, but like they're like those big bulky guys. They
Oh,
use them.
yes.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, can I use that?
You know, it feels really intimidating.
Yeah.
Like you can't even talk to them, and they are really kind. Actually,
Right.
Yeah.
they are really
yes.
kind more kind than they look.
When I did go to a gym, I'll tell you a story. I was making fun of myself because I was watching the guy who used the machine before me, and he had the weight at like 60 kilos
like way
or
up the
something,
bottom.
right?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, no problem. But I had taken the key out and had it on no weight because I was like, you know, making fun of myself like I couldn't. But I could have actually at least done like 5 or 10 kilo,
Probably,
right?
yeah.
But I was like, oh, yeah, I can do it easily. Oh, yeah, look at me. And then the trainer guy comes over. He's like, you actually have to put weight in.
Yeah, like-
And then I was like, I got caught.
Oh.
I'm like, I do know that.
I do know that.
I'm not here to
No, he was
play.
thinking that like you can do better. He's like, you can do
That's
better
what
than
he was
that.
thinking, but it came across like, are you stupid? You have to like put the weight in. And I was like,
Oh.
I'm not here to play. I'm here to
Dummy.
exercise, Kayla.
Have you tried getting a personal training, this PT?
I have, but to be honest, maybe it's because I'm a girl and I'm a foreigner, but a lot of like personal trainers, they'll all be like, and you're my... Okay.
Really?
So, let's start with walking on the treadmill. And I'll be like, okay.
Yeah. Why
They will
not?
tell you to do like 100 squats.
No, they're just like they're more like, are you sure? Could you try one? Just try one.
Just one?
But yeah, most of them are all like, oh, you have 3 kids, you're a foreigner, you're how old? We don't want to kill her on her first day. Like, just try one. Just
And they will tell you, oh, paksu.
yeah, that's
Right?
exactly it. When I went to my yoga class for the first time at the one place I used to go to, the lady I was telling her, I can't bend that way immediately. I've never done yoga before. She's like, no, you can. And she's pushing. She's like,
Oh my.
there's something, why it doesn't bend? And I was like, I told you,
Oh.
I don't bend that way. And then
I
there was
know
like,
my body.
there was like this pop and she just stopped. She took her hands off and she was like,
Are you
I
okay?
go now. I go. And I was like, can somebody put me on the ground, please?
You know, it once happened to me when I went to Hapkido for the first time. There's a place where you have to, like, you spread your
Split,
legs and bend all your trunk. So I can't. So, but the person who was training us, like, just passed all around and came to me. He sat on my back.
Oh wow.
Are you trying to rip a tendon or
That
something?
happened to me
No,
when
it-
I was doing taekwondo when I was
It's
little.
okay. You just feel pain at just like 1 second, but you really bend.
Yeah, and then I will never get back up again.
Of course.
Listeners,
I'm sure I'll break
that's
something.
that's not a good way to do it.
It
Just
is.
pushing.
But like I had friends who when we were young, they really wanted like to do like the 180 splits.
Oh.
Yeah, so they actually used like a truck
You
and
could like rip your
truck and a tree post.
groin.
a truck and a tree post. So they tried one leg to the truck,
Oh my
one leg
gosh.
to the tree post, and then
Was he
started
able to walk afterwards, or did he go straight to the hospital?
straight to the hospital.
I guarantee you, he ripped his groin.
But it's once that you just go to the hospital once. When you get recovered, it's already
That's
done.
not true. Talk to my doctor. He don't go once. He tells me. Okay, we have to wrap it up, guys. It's the end of What Are You Doing on our Notu board today. Channel GFN. Thank you so much, listeners. We love you.
See you next time.
안녕.
This one.
Oh, yes,
Big
right.
heart.
It's
Big
big
heart.
heart.
It's a very big heart.
It looks like you're shooting something. Pew, 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 pew.
Big heart.
I am so hot. Oh, my head was like squished. Ugh.
Oh,
Whew.
I like my